For release, a familiar melody. I grew up listening to it. Editor, we get to learn this today? I'm so excited.
Director, replay today's lesson topic.
Hey, it's chord inversions again. Then why did you play For Release at the beginning?
Because today is the final combat of fingering practice, we want everyone to relax a bit. The next lesson will be the actual battle. The first song was for everyone familiar with For Elise. The previous fingering lessons were based on everyone's self-playing, but the next lesson will be the actual exam. If you can't get For Elise down in 1 day's time, I will have to put you back to lesson 1 training.
Directly back to the beginning? Wow, you are a cruel editor.
Students who have followed my pace and took time to practice should not be worried about this. 1 day's time is for those lazy students. Today we'll talk about second inversions. Little loudspeaker, in the last lesson, what did I say second inversions were also called?
Let me check my notes.
Understand and remember, understand and remember. I must emphasize, you must understand and remember theory. In practice, you must learn by analogy. The reason for chord inversion names are related to their root, third, and fifth notes' relationships to each other. The first inversion starts with the third note at the bottom and is separated from the root by a sixth, so it's known as a sixth chord. With the same reasoning, the second inversion is also known as a 6/4 chord. The fingering method for second inversions in theory is completely identical to the first inversion. Let's review a bit. If you see a song that includes chord inversions, first you must analyze and figure out the basic triad of that inversion and which inversion it is. In the first section, sol do mi is obviously a first basic triad and the bottom note is sol. In the basic triad, that is the fifth note. Therefore, this is a second inversion of the first triad. The pinky will position to play the root note do, index finger positions to play the fifth note. In the row above, pinky plays do, middle finger plays mi. All other sections are similar.
Editor, why aren't you speaking?
This is the end of fingering practice. Can't you let editor have a breath of air? Okay, this is the end of our lesson on common fingering methods, but EOP Demon Training Camp is not over yet. So the next part about fingering will be even more exciting. Also, it's time to test what everyone learned in the last lessons. Let's first review and summarize our fingering essentials and precautions. 1. Familiarizing yourself with the keys. I'm sure you also remember the content of the first few lessons. Each day we played do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Many students related to the editor that this was bland and boring, but fortunately, under the correct guidance of your editor, everyone continued on. The reason for continuing on was simple. Skyscrapers look impressive at a glance, but without many days and nights of building a foundation, how can there be such a towering building admired by many? Now you can easily locate any key or note you want on the keyboard, a result of your boring and stressful practicing. So I emphasize, students who did not develop solid basic skills should start over at lesson 1 and continue to practice. 2. Coordination exercises. 99% of students have varying degrees of coordination problems. With one hand, you can easily play many songs, but with both hands, you immediately mess up Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Our coordination exercises were to get everyone's hands coordinated. From simple to difficult, gradually after finishing practice, you were able to play not only Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, but even Two Tigers easily.
Editor.
Okay, I meant to say you were able to play any combination of single note songs after the coordination exercises. 3. Chord exercises. Chord practice is a top priority of EOP Demon Training Camp. You can only play simple songs with simple coordination exercises. More complex songs will have chords in them, all types of chords everywhere. So if your hand coordination is good but you don't understand the chord techniques, you'll only be able to play at a snail's pace. Also, the majority of songs have chords in them, so knowing chord techniques are the best way to learn to play most songs. EOP Demon Training Camp uses many different chord styles as examples to teach students to learn by analogy when using chord fingering and to pick up playing skills. 4. 3-finger 10-key theory. This can be said to be the essence of EOP Demon Training Camp. It encompasses over 90% of the left-hand part of songs. 3 fingers, pinky positions to play, middle finger plays the third note, index finger plays the fifth note. With chord fragments, other fingers will flexibly use to play. 10 keys, a span of 3 fingers covers 5 keys, 2 rows of 5 or 10 keys. It doesn't matter if they are basic triads or chord fragments or irregular chords, you can basically play all of them within this 10-key area. If you venture out of this area, it could be that your fingering is wrong. You must stop and analyze this. 5. EOP Demon Training Camp Statement. EOP Demon Training Camp is the EOP team's long-labored experience-laden creation. The purpose is to teach everyone to read musical notation and learn even more songs. Fingering theory is aimed to teach everyone most songs. If after learning this, some student comes up to me with a Croatian Rhapsody and says that the editor has cheated him, they couldn't learn the song in one day, the fingering had exceptions, etc., your editor can only regretfully say she is not responsible.